Now everybody from the 612, tell me the reason people would make fun of you. Now everybody from the 612, keep your hands up if you like the smell of your own poo. If this were the 8 Miles and I was the B-Rabbits played by the M&Ms and the Minnesotas, that would kind of be how like that line would go. And my word creation is inspired from that scene that I'm talking about from 8 Mile.
Now everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up. Look.
If you don't know what I'm referencing, it's the final rap battle of the movie, and Eminem's character basically takes every single reason that people can hate on him or that they can use to diss him, and he acknowledges all of it.
I did get jumped by all 6 of you chumps. And we did fuck my girl. I'm still standing here screaming fuck the free world. You'll never try to judge me, dude. You don't know what the fuck I've been through.
And then it's just kind of impossible to respond at that point, because how do you diss someone and come up with something new when they already just said all the things that you can use? And that's the core of what we're going to be covering today. It is kind of getting ahead of all of your flaws and potential things that people can use against you or make fun of you for. And you just acknowledge them yourself, and you can even make fun of yourself and get some of the best jokes out so other people look unoriginal if they use them. And it makes you way harder to mess with. It makes you pretty invulnerable, because if you can cover all these things that could potentially bother you, then when other people bring them up, it's not that big of a deal. You already know. And the term that I've came up with for this process, where you're kind of roasting yourself so other people can't, is to shook oneself. And the reasoning for that is that the beat in the 8 Mile clip that I am referencing comes from Shook One's Part 2 by Mobb Deep, a very good rap song and a spectacular beat. And so since Eminem does that whole routine to that beat, and it's something that you do to yourself, that's how we get to shook oneself. So using that self-deprecation so that other people look foolish in any attempt to try to make fun of you is the act of shook oneselfing. It's probably either that you're very insecure or very secure in who you are in a person. It could be really either or when you're trying to shook oneself. If it's that you're that confident, it kind of means that you can really say anything embarrassing about yourself and just not even be fazed by anyone's responses. Or if you're a little bit more insecure, if you can get ahead of these things, it just makes it easier to deal with anything that anyone else could bring up to you, and you just kind of get ahead of that problem. So it can kind of work in either way. However, I just think it's a practice that I enjoy. And it's something that if you're trying to compete with someone or just trying to humiliate them or go after them anyway, it's not something you want to see. Because hey, it's just a pretty effective tactic. Anyway, let's move on to our comment of the day. Comment of the day comes from Gavin. We've got another good one out of him. He says, many hours of watching March Madness might make a man go mad, especially when the insecure rhymes make the game all about them. Finally seeing some spicy alliteration out of Gavin here. I like to see it. And then good appropriate usage of the priority Wiplish word of the day of insecure rhymes. And as I watched a lot of basketball again yesterday, I certainly got bothered by quite a few of them yet again. But yeah, anyway, solid comment. We're going to give you 3 Kobe Bryants out of the second highest scoring game in NBA history. Then for the song of the day, I did Shook One's Part 2 by Mobb Deep to show the original song and original beat that this word creation is referring to. And if you're unfamiliar with this song and enjoy hip-hop, it's definitely worth a listen. And then for the video of the day, I already did a video of the day that showed all of the 8 Mile ending rap battles. So there's like 3 Eminem verses and then 2 opponent verses in that video. But the video for today is only the one final Eminem verse that I'm referring to for the creation of Shook Oneself. So if you want an example, the video of the day is the perfect one, as well as the inspiration. And if you have any good Shook Oneself jokes to let rip, I would absolutely love to see some in the comments section. I will definitely be doing some Shook Oneselfing in the near future here, and I've kind of been doing this for quite a while, realistically.